time for Studio 50 Down. News with Russian Wieners, Karen Smith, Regina George, and today's special guest, Orestes. Today's top stories are: the Orestes family are killing down their relatives, reportedly under the curse of the Agamemnon's cousin. Clymestra's son, Orestes, has returned from the exile and is in for the kill. Emergency weather conditions in Athens, and finally, the big story. But first, let's look at the weather report with Karen Smith. On to you, Karen.
Hello, this is Karen with the afternoon weather every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We have many hurricanes up to level 3 in the most eastern part of Athens. It is raining blood, said by live spectators as of the murderers that have been increasing in the numbers in the past years. We have a 90% chance of thunder tonight, and people say they feel like darkness is coming towards them to capture them all. Tomorrow, we have a 99% chance of rain and thunder, and we have a few more tornadoes coming towards the northern and western part of Athens. The rest of the week will be cloudy and rain expected.
Hi, we're back and we're still live at the Studio 50 Dams. Reporting to you is Glenn Jones with our today's news. Our live reporters, who are currently in Athens themselves, have reported and interviewed family members of the wealthy Argos family and have gave us the lowdown of what has happened. When Theseus seduced his brother Atreus' wife, he was driven out of Argos by Atreus himself, who then established himself as the sole king.
I feel really mighty. Well, there's someone who always wants to take over the throne. In this case, it's my brother, Atreus. My whole family needs to stay safe, including you.
He was then reported as Thyestes and eventually returned and asked to be forgiven. Atreus pretended to be reconciled with his brother, but secretly planned to avenge the seduction of his wife at the same time. To eliminate the rival for the crowd by rendering Theseus unclean in the eyes of the citizens of Argos, Atreus murdered the two young sons of Theseus, cut their bodies into unrecognizable parts, and then had them served to their father as a banquet, given in honor of his return. Theseus was horrified when he learned what he had dined on. He cursed on Atreus and all his descendants. With the curse still present, Atreus' son Agamemnon traveled to Troy to help his brother Menelaus get his wife back. He brought his daughter Iphigenia along with him, whom then killed in sacrifice to appease the gods in order to favorable winds to sail Troy before the war. And what had happened at Troy has not been released to the public. According to many individual sources, the homecoming of King Agamemnon from the Trojan War resulted in him in death, as he was tricked and killed in the hands of his own wife, Clymenestra, to avenge the murder of his daughter, Iphigenia. Further information will be released as the report will resume after the break.
Oh, hello! Are you tired of having thin, dull hair? Then try our new all-in-one shampoo. It volume, strengthens, and conditions all hair types in only one shower. How do you do that? That's our little secret. Buy our new all-in-one shampoo, now available at stores all around.
And we're back, continuing today's special issues on Society Calls the Greatest Greek Tragedy to ever be noted. Let's recap and resume where we left off. The homecoming of the king Agamemnon from the Trojan War resulted in him in death as he was killed in the hands of his own wife, Clymenestra, to avenge the murder of his daughter, Iphigenia. Reported by our news reporters, Orestes has returned home from the exile with the intentions of taking revenge from his father murderer. Motivated to kill his mother, he is still in grief sister, Electra, encouraged him to kill both his mother, Clymenestra, as well as his new partner, Aegisthus. He followed his plans and hence killed his mother and her partner, despite his declaration and assumption that the trials of his family had come to an end. He then discovered that he is still being pursued by the Eumenides, or the ancient goddess of natural justice, who considered what he has done to be the most evil of all crimes. It has been further reported that Orestes has fled and that the Eumenides are still pursuing him. The pursuit of Orestes had brought both him and the Eumenides to the point of desperate exhaustion. Orestes, who was in desperate need of guidance, cries out to the gods of Apollo in hope for aid. Apollo listened and reportedly told him to seek justice at the temple of Athena. The Athens, having done so, Athena created a panel of human judges to hear out and judge the case. Our live spectators have announced that the vote of the human judges, Areopagus, turned out to be a tie and hence called for Athena to cast the final vote, unexpectedly in favor of Orestes. Orestes was freed from the pursuit of Eumenides and promises to live out his days peacefully. That's it for today's General Report. Tomorrow I'll be back with the same time, same place, but for now, see you after the break. Hi, we're back with this week's special interview with our news reporter, Regina George. Here she talks with Agamemnon and his wrongdoings, or were they?
Hello, I'm Regina George, and here we have Orestes. And today's important question is, Orestes, did you kill your mother?
I'm not gonna lie, Regina. Yes, I did.
What made you do that?
My mother had killed my father because my father had reportedly killed my sister to go to war. I found this outraging and proceeded to kill my mother for this devious action.
What made your mother kill your father?
Well, my father had killed my sister in sacrifice to save himself.
He killed his daughter?
Yes, as a sacrifice.
Why did he sacrifice his daughter, and for what?
He just wanted to participate in war. Just for a war, he sacrificed his own daughter.
Do you support an action as such?
I support neither my mother nor my father. I killed my mother because of the outrageous actions she performed of killing my father. Yet, if my father would have lived, I wouldn't be able to ever look him in the eyes again.
Okay, thank you, Orestes. Back to you, Glenn.
Thank you, Regina and Orestes. After the break, we will have a live poll with Gretchen Wieners and a closing discussion with two newcomers, Suzanne Williams and Lisa King.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Williams, and I'll be delivering today's poll in response to Glenn Jones' report. We sent out a poll to the public asking them to vote for whether or not they support Athena's decision of dismissing Orestes' crimes. We received the results, and statistics show that 30% of the voters supported Athena's decision of dismissing Orestes' crimes, whereas 70% of the voters did not support the dismissal of Orestes' crimes. If you missed today's poll but still want to tune in, you can do so until 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow we'll be back with yet another poll. And that's it for my part. Hi, this is Suzanne Williams and Lisa King, reporting the closing discussion of the day.
Cisa, reflecting on to what Glenn reported, what was your interpretation of the whole tragedy?
Well, Lisa, that's a good question. I feel as if the sequence of events that occurred all relate back to the common topic of revenge, which, frankly, was quite often displayed during these unfortunate events, or as some may say, tragedy.
I understand what you're saying, Suzanne, yet what occurred to me was that all of their wrongs and revenges never seemed to achieve their desired effect of justice.
Cleverly noted. You see, the first display of revenge was represented when Clytemnestra avenges the death of her daughter by killing her husband. So she took revenge on her husband by killing him.